Hey everybody, I'm Ben from the Bonehead podcast and welcome to Top 5 Friday. So every week we're going to release a top 5 list. Why? Because I unhealthily love top 5 lists, whether it's anything Blood Bowl, Magic, absolutely love it. So every week we're going to do a top 5 of something, probably Blood Bowl, because that's what we do. So today we're going to start things off with the top 5 throwers in Blood Bowl 2020. And if you guys heard any of the team breakdowns or the stuff that Ben and I did at the beginning of the previews and the spoilers, you will know that I have a tendency to say that this player is the best thrower in Blood Bowl. So I thought it made sense to actually have a look at the best throwers in Blood Bowl and make my order very clear. And at the top of the list, number 5 is actually not a thrower at all. It's a chameleon skink. So, bear with me on this one. Let me just talk it through. So, throwers in Blood Bowl, the ability to pass. The chameleon skink got a heck of a boost. And I know we've talked this to death, but this guy landing with passing 3+ for a stunty player is fantastic. The stunty Hefty, the halfling Hefty also has 3+, but this guy, and bear with me, this is why I think he is the 5th best thrower in the Blood Bowl 2020 game. He starts with passing 3+, fair enough, but he's got the ability to move around. He's got stunty dodge, so he can get out, he can go wherever he wants, but beyond all of that, he starts with on the ball. So we need to look at all the parts of what makes a decent thrower. So this guy starting with on the ball means he gets what in old money was called kickoff return. So the ball lands, he gets a chance to move 3 squares to be where it's landing. So I know that is not throwing, but that extra movement to be closer to the ball, getting that ball on a 3+, you've got stunty, you've got dodge, so you can maneuver around to go wherever you want. He's got movement 7, which means he's going to scramble like an absolute pro. And I just think that actually adds up to one of the best throwers in the game. He's going to be able to move around, and when he does come to throw, it is going to be a 3+. So downsides, doesn't get passing except on a double, but you can give him that. So if you save up those SPPs, you can get sure hands. You can then brew him up to be whatever you want him to be. So off the bat, you may think he's not as good as the Orc Thrower. The Orc Thrower does come with sure hands and pass, but this guy with on the ball and the type of receivers he's going to be throwing to, I think actually gives him the edge. So my number 5 is the chameleon skink. Number 4, we have got the Wood Elf Thrower. So you're probably all thinking, why isn't this higher on the list? The Wood Elves are great. Wood Elves are amazing. So there's a couple of elements to that. The Wood Elf Thrower is one of the best throwers in the game. Straight out the bat, comes with passing 2+ and pass, okay, and can take passing skills on a primary. So if you want to get accurate to make your short and quick passes better, if you want to get cannoneer to make your long bombs better, you can do that with a very small amount of SPP. The reason the Wood Elf is coming in at number 4 is because we don't have that sure hands to get the ball. We've got movement 7, we've got agility 2+, so he's going to be able to get out of sticky situations. He's going to be able to maneuver away from people as you like, and picking up the ball on 2+. Absolutely lovely. The downside is that even though the entire Wood Elf team has got agility 2+, and you're going to see a catcher or 2 in the standard build, Wood Elves have such a primary drive towards War Dancers that you may never see a thrower. You may never see a thrower-catcher combo in Wood Elves. But let me tell you, if you put those two together and you somehow overcome the lack of a War Dancer, you will end up with a very, very effective throwing game. 2+ passing with a reroll means 2, 3, 4, 5. You're throwing really well, and if you get some catches on the go with catch and dodge, this is going to be one of the top passing offenses. And number 3, we have got the Human Thrower. Okay, so the humans ranking higher as a thrower than Wood Elves? Absolutely. And the reason for that is that this bad boy also has passing 2+. I'm looking at this stat line and immediately I'm like, this is one of the best passes in the game, and that is why we're here. So, pass and sure hands with general and passing as standard, primary, normal, whatever you want to call them, skills. Movement 6, agility 3+, means it's, you know, this guy's got mobility. He can dodge away if you need to on that 3+. You don't have a dodge reroll, so it is the most risky thing in the world. It's like watching Blood Tithe Ben play Skaven. He just dodges away with all the linemen and it drives my stress through the roof. But when it comes to passing, the human thrower is absolutely right in there. Having sure hands makes him better picking up the ball than agility 2+. It does, statistically anyway. It doesn't feel that way. 3+ with sure hands, it's like the worst roll in the game. But technically, that's a 1 in 9 chance of failure versus a 1 in 6. So that sure hands is a huge boost. You get this guy to the ball, he should be picking it up. And then you've got some great passing opportunity. Straight off the bat, 2+, 3+, 4+, 5+, and that pass reroll. Like I said, passing ability, passing skills, normal. So you can brew this guy into whatever you want him to be. You can even take running pass if you want to make things quite interesting, because being able to run over, 2+ pitch a quick pass, and then position yourself to block, to support, to assist another block, to assist a blitz, is actually going to make you quite a maneuverable ball handling team. But the thing that gets the humans the edge over Wood Elves is you are going to be able to afford those catches. I'll admit, I don't even need to admit this, we all know Wood Elf catches are better than human catches, but the human catches are 65k, so you can basically take 3 human catches for the price of less than 2 Wood Elf catches, I think. What it means is that your human team is going to be able to afford 11 players and some catches. You take catches on a Wood Elf team, you hurt your team, you hurt that strength, you spend a lot of money getting that player. Gonna do a better job 2+ with a reroll versus 3+ with a reroll, but 3+ with a reroll for catches to catch should be very effective. They come with catch and dodge, so it's 3+ with a reroll to move around and 3+ with a reroll to catch that ball. Movement 8 still, strength 2 still, but that price, what you get for the price, the human thrower here coming in at 80k versus the Wood Elf thrower I think is 95. So for 15k less you lose that 2+ agility, so you're moving around a little bit less, you're picking up the ball technically a little bit less, but sure hands does make it better. Yeah, Wood Elf throwers 95k. Better movement, better agility, but the human thrower has got the better arsenal, and starting with sure hands really does overcome that agility thing for 15k less. A thrower and a catcher is only a little bit more, so 80, 145k, whereas the Wood Elves, you're looking at a thrower and a catcher is 170k, I think, at least. So for that reason, the humans edge out the Wood Elves in the top 5 to the 3 spot because of cost effectiveness. They get almost the same throw and pitch, but they come with a better arsenal of players. And talking of a better arsenal of players, so the Wood Elves are great. They've got movement 8, agility 2+, strength 2 guys that come with dodge. These guys, the Skaven, have movement 9 players with strength 2, agility 2+, dodge. They don't have catch, so bear that in mind, but with this guy here, the Skaven Thrower, coming in at one of the cheapest, I think, for what you get. Movement 7, agility 3+ with sure hands, so you're picking up on that 3+ with a reroll, which is technically better than a 2+. Passing 2+, armor 8+, pass and sure hands with general and passing as primary. This guy does it all, and it is a shame to not be able to give it the number 1 spot, but the Skaven Thrower is superb. I've run it, I've done it, you've probably seen it on YouTube. Sweet little cheeky 2+ pass with the reroll is almost unfailable, he says, having had many gutter runners die on a 1+, on a 2+ dodge. Nothing in Blood Bowl is certain, but this guy is going to give you the best opportunity for glory of any team out there for a bargain price. You've got gutter runners, you've got up to 4 gutter runners, you've got some great checkdowns in Skavens. The Skaven team is better. The Skaven team is better at protecting the thrower, and you've got multiple cheap options at receivers. Yes, Elves are catching on a 2+. Gutter runners are also catching on a 2+. Yes, it's a bit more situational, but the Skaven Thrower has got the same passing, it's got sure hands, it's got pass, and it gets all that without having to give up anything on the team. It's got a really good frontline and supporting asset. And quite frankly, anybody throwing on a 2+ to a gutter on it is going to have a very good day. So, Skaven Thrower number 2, which leads us to number 1, and there will be no surprise here. So, as you can tell, the top 5 pretty packed in. Number 5, bit edgy. There might be a better option, but I love the Chameleon skink. Elf Union, Pro Elves, Elven Union, whatever you want to call them, their thrower, I'm afraid to say, is just the best thrower in the game. It's got everything you want. Let me just bring up the list. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, throwers, 75,000. It's cheaper than everything. I think it's the cheapest player on the list. If not the cheapest, I think probably in line with the... Okay, it's 5k more. 5k more than the Chameleon skink. And it's just seeing... What a 5k to spend. Movement 6, so a little bit slower than that sweet, sweet Skaven Thrower. Strength 3 is what you want. Agility 2+. So it's going to be able to maneuver. Going to be able to pick up that ball. Passing 2+ with pass. Technically, it's slower than the Wood Elf Thrower. It's a lot cheaper by, what, 20k than the Wood Elf Thrower? For 20k, you drop a point of movement. It doesn't matter, because with that 20k, you can buy the best catcher in the game, which is the Pro Elf Catcher. Being able to use this thrower at 75k, you're going to be able to afford a decent team even at 1 million. Even at 1 million, you're going to end up with 2 catchers. And if not catchers, you're going to end up with those blitzers. You're going to end up with movement 7, movement 8 positionals that come with block or sidestep or catch or nerves of steel. The Elf Union Thrower has the best throwing stats of the game. All of these guys have got great throwing stats. But it has the best ability to succeed because it's throwing to those catchers with catch nerves of steel and agility 2+. You get them dodge, they are unstoppable. Movement 8, the thrower here has got so much potential to develop into whatever it wants to be. It's got AGP, so you can get dodge if you want him to be a scrambler. You can get accurate, or you can get cannoneer if you want to go really deep with those throws. You can just give him block if you just want him to be a Brett Favre style brawler. Thrower here is the king, and I cannot wait to see more Elf Union on the pitch, because if you want to go with a throw offense in a world that has kind of abandoned the throw a little bit by nerfing it, these 5 players got better at throwing. But the Elf Union team was already really good at throwing, and now this guy is positioned to be an absolute air lord, and I cannot wait to see it on the pitch, and I cannot wait to see it all of the time. We've got a great tier 2 team that now has a real identity, and it'll be interesting to see what happens if the High Elf team turns up. But until then, Elf Union number 1 for thrower. Thanks very much for watching. Let me know what you think. Let me know some ideas of top 5s you want us to do. Occasionally we'll put some polls out to get your feedback before. If not, let me know in the comments and I'll do reaction videos to say I was wrong. It's a very good point. The Orc Thrower should be there instead of the Chameleon skink. I can see that coming, and I think that's fair, but I think you're wrong, because Chameleon skink on the ball, just being, I think it's just that little bit of underdog as well. I think the 5th slot will often be the underdog slot. But as you can see, these guys all really close. Thanks ever so much for watching, and I will see you again soon for another video, but we'll see you next Friday for another Top 5 Friday.